This is the pliers that you're going to need for the thermo-switch itself, to actually go in there and pry it open and remove the connectors from the housing unit. You're going to use this type of pliers. You're going to use this other type of screwdriver, sort of like a needle nose, but it has a slight curve to it on the side. And you're definitely going to need some regular screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, with a little slight dent on it. Right. Then it goes to the relay. In the relay, you go on into your thermo-switch. From the thermo-switch, you actually look in the connectors, that gray connector itself, and make sure it's not a faulty or corroded ports. Okay. Again, there's a switch that releases the wires from the housing unit. If you look closely on the white connectors inside, or the white plastic unit, you should be able to find it with the needle screwdriver. And that needle screwdriver should be able to release the wires from the housing unit, and again, it should also be able to secure them.
Para que vuelva otra vez a agarrar la presión, nomás tienes que tener cuidado de no doblarlos completamente, sino únicamente darle a que vuelva a agarrar otra vez la presión.
So as you can see, the needle pliers are being used to apply clamping pressure to clamp the connector of the wire coming from the relay. That is being reclamped again to its original position, where they should have a tight connection to the cooling sensor switch input, or the two prongs, or the switch condenser that are inside the plastic white surrounding or gray surrounding on the thermo switch. Applying with the nose pliers, reclamping them together.
Queda demasiado flojo, entonces él tiene que quedar con presión para que no haga falso contacto. Si hace falso contacto, o sea, la corriente no es igual de eficiente.
Okay. And now we're using a different set of pliers to actually make a little, to tighten more, or use a little bit more pressure. The first ones, the nose ones, did not have enough torque power or pressuring power to actually close the connection in position. So now we're using a little bit more heavier pliers to again try to resize or refit the connections of the relay back onto the thermo switch. And again, you got to be precise and careful not to damage the connectors themselves. Otherwise, you're gonna have to go to a wrecking yard or somewhere and try to buy a new set of switch. Making a final tighten adjustment on the connectors, and now we retest the condenser switch to the actual wires themselves to see if we got a snug fit. And we do by using our fingers to actually feel the pressure of the connection.
Ahí quedó otra vez, quedó bien.
And according to the pressure itself, it was really snug and tight. So now we are having a really good fit now. Once you double check that you have a snug fit, you want to reassemble now again the housing unit. When putting back the assembly, there's going to be a pinching clip that you're going to sense once you try to insert it back in, back into the gray housing units, plastic housing units. Find that clip, sort of like the same clip that was on the condenser in the housing.
el cable no tiene que salirse para asegurarse de que de que ya se agarró bien.
Okay. To test if the wiring is inside the gray housing unit, you actually have to do manually press and pull motions, back and forth press and pull motions from the housing to verify that the wiring is now secure in its housing unit. You know, you pull, press, pulls, you know, slightly, and have verified that the housing unit is now placed back inside tightly or securely.
Pones este teflón o más que todo para que no liquee.
So remember, when you put back your sensor switch, you have to definitely use Teflon, you know, Teflon tape, so water does not leak from the side, you know, causing again side effects when water leaks if you don't Teflon your switch. So go ahead, pick up a roll of Teflon and re-Teflon your switch really good, maybe 2 or 3 spins all around the unit, so it'll go back in there with Teflon, and make sure you snug it in. Again, it's good to use a socket when you use...
It's a 24 millimeters.
Here we have a 24 socket, deep socket. It's, before I tried using some a wrench, but I sort of damaged the housing unit because if it slips, you gotta understand that it's a plastic housing that goes into the condenser. So do use a socket, a 24 millimeter socket, when you do assemble, when you do put in or put out your condenser switch, to avoid any damage to the plastic unit. Again, if you buy a Honda part, you're talking about a $60 unit, so be very careful with it. Now that your thermo-switch is back on there, the housing should fit in there snugly, as you heard it clip, and that's the clip you want. Alright, so now we started the engine. The radiator is going to need a little coolant. We're waiting for the fan to kick in. Okay. Securing the wires. And we're looking at the temperature gauge. It's looking it's midway. We're waiting for it to go a little higher or wait a little longer so the fan can turn on. And now we can see the fan finally turning on. And that is a victory. As you can see now, you can see the fan now just turn on. But since we were with this idle, we took out the foot out of the gas, the temperature came back down. As we can see, the temperature here was hardly right about in the middle when the fan kicked in. If we idle it again, here we idling again. Hopefully the fan will turn on as we idle, increasing the temperature. Here's the fan. As you can see, the fan now is turning on, spinning. It's there, it's in skid mode now. Ahí se apagó. again, the fan just turned off again because it's cooled off the engine.